friends, Clown Boy here, and today's Monday, so you know what that means. That's right, it's Magic Monday! And tonight, I'm going to show you one of my most favorite card tricks. I like to call this trick the Four Families because it deals with four different families. We have the Diamond family, we have the Club family, we have the Spade family, and finally we have the Heart family. Now the one thing I really love about this trick is that it's 99% foolproof. And, oh hello Marmalade, that's my kitty cat. She normally doesn't like to be on camera, but I think she's just sneaking around a little bit. But anyways, like I was saying, this trick is 99% foolproof. And what's really a lot of fun with it is that you don't have to do a thing. The spectator does all the work. And so here we've got the four families. And this is where I would ask for a spectator, ask for a volunteer from the spectators. And let's see here, let's take you. And what is your name? Your name is Aaron, not Aaron with an AA, like Aaron. No, Aaron with an E. Oh, I like that name. Yeah, I like Aaron with an E. That's my fiance's name. Aaron is my brother-in-law's name. Needless to say, that causes some confusion at my parents' house when everyone's visiting. Hey, Aaron. Yes. Yeah. So, we have our volunteer, who we'll call Aaron. And what I want Aaron to do is to take the four families. Okay, so take the four families, and what they're going to do is they're going to go on a cruise because they've been cooped up in their homes for so long during this quarantine that when everything's over, they're allowed to go on a cruise. So they're all excited. They're going to go on that cruise. And there they are on the cruise ship out in the middle of the ocean. Now, while they're enjoying going to see their shows and having dinner with the captain and playing shuffleboard and whatever it is you do on cruise ships, because I don't know, because I've never been on one, because I get seasick. All right, so while they're enjoying this, you know what happens? Along comes Hurricane Aaron! Ah! And this is where the spectator then does all the magic themselves. So what Hurricane Aaron is going to do is she's going to cut the cards, okay, because she's sending all the wind and the waves, and it's going to knock the families back and forth, back and forth. So she's going to cut the deck in half, kind of like that. And then she's going to take the bottom of the deck and put it back on top. Just like that. And then you can do it the other way. And then Hurricane Aaron can do it diagonally, or backwards, or forwards, and as many times as you like. Okay, this is just a funny way of mixing up the cards. We just want to make sure that those cards are thoroughly shuffled, that they're all mixed up. So there we go. So now we have the ship is starting to take on water. So the families, they each have their own assigned lifeboat. So they have to get onto the lifeboat. So this is what they do. They got 4 lifeboats. So we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, until all the family members get into their lifeboats. But you see, with all the knocking around and all the confusion, they got all mixed up. So they don't know which one's which. However, after Hurricane Aaron had calmed down, and the sea stilled, and the clouds parted, and the sun came back out, they found that they weren't in their family's lifeboats, but they were sharing the lifeboats with all the jacks in one boat, all the queens in another boat, all the aces in a boat, and all the kings in their boat. And that's the 4 families. I hope you enjoyed that trick. And I hope you're going to be excited about learning how to do that because I'm going to show you right after this. Now friends, I hope you're really enjoying these videos that I've been doing so far. And you probably know if you've been watching these videos what I'm about to ask. That's right. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell icon in case you haven't done so yet. And please share these videos, tell your friends about them, because with your help we can grow this channel and I'll be able to help a lot more people and entertain a lot more people, and we can all have so much more fun. So please like and share, subscribe. You know the deal. It's social media. So please just like and share, subscribe. Do whatever you need to do to spread the word of Clownboy Sideshow. And now we'll get back to the teaching. Welcome back, friends. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to do the Four Families trick. It's very, very easy because 90% of the trick, 95% of the trick, it's just acting. It's just telling the story because your spectator, your volunteer, does everything themselves. There's just a teeny tiny bit of setup. You have to get out all the face cards and you have to get them in this order. You need to have ace, jack, queen, and king. In that order, from lowest to highest. It's very important. And they all have to be in that order, all four suits. You don't know what a suit is, that's the shape, the heart, or the diamonds, spades, or the clubs. So once in that order, you're ready to go. And you can tell whatever kind of story you would like to tell. I like using the cruise ship. You can do an airplane. You can do a house. Any story you like. But like I said, I like using the cruise ship because I like the idea of a hurricane. I live close to the beach, so it's what I'm used to. So you get them all together in a packet. It doesn't matter what order they're in. You just want to get them into the packet like this and have them sitting aside. So when you're ready, ask your volunteer, ask them their name, tell them they're going to be a hurricane, whatever. Explain the story about the cruise ship, and then they get to be a hurricane, whatever. Whatever your story is going to be. And then you want to show them first. See, because once that's down, you're going to touch the cards one other time. You're going to put the cards down on the table like that, and then you're going to show them how you want them to cut the deck. Now, there's only two ways you can mess this. Well, not you. There's only two ways this trick can really get messed up. It's very important that when your volunteer cuts the deck, they cut it in half. It doesn't have to be exactly half. I can pick up, I can pick up two cards. That would be fine. Pick up two cards. What's important though is that they take the rest of the deck, the bottom part of the deck, and they put it over the top. Sometimes what will happen is the spectator will go to pick up the bottom half, but not grab it all. So they're just like, okay, I'll just go like this, and then put the rest of it on top. That ruins the trick. At that point, it's over. It's done. Just say, whatever comes to your mind. You want to play it off, continue the trick, that's fine. If you want to say, hey, you just ruined it, don't do that. That's rude and unprofessional. Just see if you can recover, maybe fix it, and go back and remind them so they have to pick up the whole pack. So if you see them start going like that, just say, no, not yet, wait. You got to put them all back together because they're all flying all together. And but anyway, like I said, you can do this as many times as you want. You ask your spectator when they want to stop. I had one kid one time though, he wanted to keep going and going and going. I was like, all right, dude, we got to stop now, all right? We're on a time limit here. So once it's thoroughly mixed up, then you can start talking about the lifeboat or cars or however they're going to try to escape. And then you want to put them out into four piles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the second part where it can get messed up. You have to continue going in 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like you're a poker dealer in Las Vegas. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skip 1 and immediately go to 2, okay, that'll get you fired in Las Vegas, and possibly arrested. So you want to continue going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 until they're all in lifeboats. And once they're all in the lifeboats, that's it. Magic's done. And like I said, the cool thing about this trick is you didn't have to do anything. You just sit back and relax. You know, the spectator's doing everything. You're just doing the storytelling part. And that's where 90% of the magic is at. The storytelling. You do a magic trick. My most favorite magic trick is where I take a scarf and I stick it in my hand and I open my hands and the scarf's disappeared. It takes 5 seconds to do the trick. However, the way I perform it, I can stretch that trick out to 3 to 5 minutes, depending. I love it because it's a great time stretcher. Sometimes my show is running a little fast and I realize, oh my gosh, I'm halfway through the show and I've only been here for 10 minutes. I still got another 15. Let me stretch it out a bit. That's another fun thing you can do with magic. Once you really get your pattern down, you can do a half-hour magic show and do 3 tricks, and people will think it's the most amazing show you've ever done. Or you can do 50 tricks in 10 minutes, and people think, it wasn't really that great. So really, you got to get the pattern down, the story. That's, again, why I really like this trick, because the story of the cruise ship and everything just works so well. So once you got them all in there, okay, so now they've all been mixed up, and you get ready to do the reveal. This is, you can have your spectator turn the cards over, or if you'd rather turn the cards over, you can. It doesn't really matter. It's just powerful either way. I like doing it myself because I can slowly turn it over, slowly reveal them to show that, and I goofed it up. Can you believe that? Now I got to do it all over again. I don't know how I did that. Yeah. Screwed up the trick. Okay. Must have one card out of place or something. So we're going to do all that explanation all over again. Okay. And just for marker's sake. Okay, welcome back. Now, I'm going to teach you how to do the 4 families. Like I said, the one thing I really love about the trick is that it's 99% foolproof. There's very little ways it can actually go wrong. Actually, as far as I can recall, there's only 2 ways this trick can go wrong, and I'll show you what could happen. So, first of all, you need to prepare the cards in advance. To do that, you need to pull out all the face cards. That's all the cards with the face, and then all the aces. And you want to get them into this order. You want the ace, then you want the jack, then you want the queen, and you want the king. Lowest to highest. They have to be in that order. Very important. Once you get them all in order, you can then take your cards and put them in a pack like this, and you're ready to perform. So when you do the performance, 95% of the performance happens in the spectator's hands, which is another reason why I really love this, because when you do magic in someone else's hands, that's even more amazing. So you call it your spectator, and you can tell a story. I like using the story about the hurricane on the cruise ship, because it just gives good reason to knock them around and shuffle the cards. Just, again, an odd way of shuffling the cards. So when you have your spectator shuffle, this is how it has to be done. They have to pick up the cards, okay, take a little bit off the top, set it down. They then have to pick up the entire bottom portion of the pack and set it on top. It doesn't matter how many cards they pick up initially. If I grab like 2, That's fine. I've grabbed 2 cards. The rest of the cards have to go back on top. This is one of the 2 ways where the trick can get messed up. Because sometimes, and this is usually true if I have a younger child do this, they'll pick up the cards, put it down, then they'll go to pick up some more, but oops, some slipped out, but they go ahead and put that down and then put this on top. That messes it up. At that point, it's done. The trick is ruined. If you're able to salvage it and tell them, no, just put it back. If you're able to catch it, like you knew that they only had 2 cards on top, it's difficult. Usually at that point, I'm just like, okay, thank you very much, and we have to move on because it's very rare that I can salvage the trick from that. But you know, just again, remind them. Usually, I'll show them first how I want them to cut it, and then remind them that when they pick up that second packet, it has to be the entire packet. Don't leave any cards down at the bottom on the mat. They have to pick up the entire packet. And usually, like I said, 99% of the people get it. And then the next part where it can get messed up is when you start dealing out the 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you start putting them in the lifeboats. It has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you skip that first one, you go into the second one, that messes everything up. And that's usually where I tell the joke, like, yeah, you know, you gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you skip that person, if you were playing poker in Las Vegas, you can get fired for doing that. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, and they just keep dealing until all the cards are done. And then at this point, once all the cards are dealt, then you end your story about the hurricane, and you say the sea's calm, the sun came out, and then you can have them do this, or you can do it. This is the part I usually like to do because I like to do the reveal where I take the cards and I slowly turn them over to show that each kind, like jacks, the queens, the aces, and the kings are all together in their own lifeboats. And that blows people's minds. It's a very simple trick, 99% foolproof. You don't have to do anything. And like I said, because you're not touching the cards, the spectators are, it's that much more powerful. And it's just such a great trick and so easy to do. It's just a little bit of prep, getting the cards in order initially, and then just making sure that that they follow the directions with the mixing up and with the, excuse me, no burp there, and with the dealing out into lifeboats. But other than that, it's an easy trick. Though, even though it's an easy trick, I would say practice it just like any magic trick. You don't want to just go and immediately show someone. No, you need to practice it a couple times. Get your pattern down. Get your story down. Whatever story you'd like to tell. Get it down. You know, record yourself, kind of like what I'm doing right now on my iPad before I upload it to the YouTube site. So, yeah, practice out, see how it looks, and then once you're comfortable with it, once you know you can do it, and you're comfortable with your words and everything, then perform it for someone, like maybe your parents or your best friend. But remember, don't tell them how it's done. That's just something only you and I know. So that will conclude tonight's tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. And remember to go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. And until next time, I'll see you down the road and have fun.